Stop throwing away food. Learn how to keep it fresh and extend its shelf life. How many of us buy lettuce, parsley, and spring onions and put them in the refrigerator while still wet in a plastic bag? Not only does vegetables stored like that in the refrigerator lose freshness and absorb unpleasant odors, but it also rots quickly. In the end, a lot of it ends up in the trash. That's why you should check out this simple yet effective storage method that allows spring onions, parsley, or dill to stay fresh for a long time. I'm revealing how this works. It's important that the plants are dry. Do not wash them before storage. Moisture on them speeds up spoilage. You will wash them later, right before use. Carefully inspect and remove yellow and wilted leaves if there are any. Damaged parts should be removed as the whole plant spoils faster from them. The method of storing fresh herbs, such as parsley, spring onions, and dill, in a jar with water is a popular and effective way to extend their freshness. But stay with us to see another special trick that chefs use, which contributes to the freshness of the mentioned plants. Here we have a bunch of parsley. Cut off the lower part of the stems. Similar to cut flowers. This helps it absorb water better. Take a smaller glass cup or jar, pour a little cold water. Put the bunch of parsley in the cup. Only the lower part of the stem is submerged in water. Now comes the best part. Place the cup on the lid and cover the bunch of parsley with a jar and close the jar by screwing it shut. The same procedure applies to dill. Let's repeat once more. We cut the stems and submerge them in a cup with water. The cup with water is placed on the lid and inside a large glass jar. The plant inside has enough moisture and protection. Conditions are like in a greenhouse. For spring onions, we will cut off the tails to shorten them. We will only partially trim the roots with scissors so that it absorbs water better. Everything else is the same. We put it in a cup with water and pull the jar over it. What are the advantages of this method? Stems absorb water and keep the leaves hydrated and fresh. For maintenance, change the water in the cup every 2 to 3 days or when you notice it is cloudy. Jars with plants can be stored at room temperature or in the refrigerator. Jars protect the plants from dry air and unpleasant odors, and thus extend their freshness. It is important that the plants are always at hand, which will encourage their use. Before use, don't forget to wash them. In this way, parsley and dill can stay fresh for 2 weeks and spring onions even longer. If you don't have such large jars, there is an alternative solution. Pour a little water into smaller jars. Put the stems of spring onions, parsley, and dill in the water. Pull bags over them and close them with rubber bands. This was pretty simple. It is best to store everything in the refrigerator, and pack like this, it will keep its freshness for a long time. There are other methods too. For example, some experts believe that vegetables should be washed with a solution of baking soda in water before storage. We also tried this method. Pour 1 to 2 teaspoons of baking soda into 1 liter of cold water and stir well to dissolve. Let the vegetables stand for 10 minutes in the baking soda solution and then rinse it with water. Baking soda removes pesticides from the surface of plants, but also removes fungi and bacteria. Let's remember that it is also used in the garden to spray plants against fungal infections. This can, in our case, slow down the spoiling and rotting of vegetables. Since microorganisms, bacteria and fungi, are the main causes of rotting, reducing them can extend the freshness of vegetables. But after washing, the plants need to be dried. First, dry them with paper towels and later let them dry completely before storage. Thorough drying before storage is crucial. Some storage methods recommend storing washed and completely dried vegetables in hermetically sealed containers. Drying is more important than washing in the baking soda solution itself, as moisture speeds up the development of mold and rotting. Now we put vegetables that are not wet into the box. We spread paper towels as a base and put the vegetables on them. Do it exactly the way it is shown in this video. Plants prefer contact with paper that is 100% cellulose rather than plastic. They will stay fresh and usable longer. After filling the box, store it in the refrigerator. Also, plants prefer glass over plastic. They will stay fresh longer, which is why you should rather store them in glass packaging. Put a little water at the bottom of a glass jar so that the stem drinks, and then put the bunch of herbs in and close the jar. The freshness will surely last significantly longer than in a plastic bag. Become our loyal member and join our exclusive team. Do you want the best tips in a new video before anyone else? Sign up for our email list right now. The link is in the video description and in the comments. By signing up, not only will you always be up to date, but you also become part of our community. The easiest way to support our work is to like the video. Click the follow button, then the bell, and finally confirm the bell. This means a lot to us. Thank you for your support.